What up, is Dane. In this video, I'm going to be telling you what foods to eat in order to build more muscle mass, so go on a lean bulking phase. And if you're the person that hasn't got a lot of money and you're on a bodybuilding diet, you want to get as big as possible or even lose fat, let's get into it. So I wish someone had taught me this, and sorry for the background noise, but I'm just going to have to roll with it, so let's get it. So let's start off with the protein sources. So obviously we're going to have to start off with chicken, man. A diet wouldn't be complete without chicken. Now, if you go into the supermarket or whatever, try and get your chicken from a wholesaler. That's enough said. Chicken's always in the diet. Again, all meats, all complete sources of protein. So that's chicken. Next up, we have some fish, some white bassa fillet fish. Most of this is from Aldi because, in my opinion, and this is a pro tip here, Aldi is like the cheapest shop for most of these things, except from the chicken, which you get from a wholesaler. So anyway, the white bassa fillets, that's like, I can't remember, I'll put the prices on the screen for you, but that was like £1.70 or something like that. So these are real good, and they're real high in protein, real low fat. So that's that. I also got some more white fish from Tesco's here. Again, most of these foods are going to be everyday value anyway, so let's get straight into it. Let's roll. Next is tuna chunks in brine. Again, these are great sources of protein, all low fat, or most of it is low fat, and probably the most convenient sources of protein, or source of protein I have here. So tuna is real good. You should know that by now. And it's quite cheap as well. So just like most of the foods. Next up is Quark. This is like spoonable soft cheese. This is really nice. And it's a macro friendly, I don't know what you call a product, bruh. Like, it's real good. Even to lose belly fat, this is top class. Next, we have some Greek style fat-free yogurt. Now, like I did say at the start of the video, this can be for bulking too. Now, let me change it into bulking. If you're bulking, just get full fat, and if you're cutting, get fat-free. At the moment, I'm getting fat-free because I can just eat a lot, right? So that's Greek style yogurt. Next is a very good one. It's the top one, a low-fat natural cottage cheese. Again, these sources of protein, especially these dairy sources of protein, very convenient. Get it on the go, especially for students that are real busy. Just quickly get a spoon, cottage cheese, bang, some tuna, you're ready to go. So natural cottage cheese. Next, let's get into the meats. So we have some turkey mince. Now, they do obviously in Aldi sell other meats, but this is the cheapest. I'm talking about the cheapest stuff here. So turkey mince, 7% fat, somewhere around £1.70 or something like that. Real cheap, and it's high in calories if you're on a bulk as well. If you want to cut and lose belly fat, I don't recommend this source of protein too much, as it's not that lean and it will not provide as much satiety because of the fat content as well. So that's that. Last source of protein, yes, the last source of protein is eggs. Now, again, these are everyday essential value eggs. Eggs, again, increasing testosterone, and the egg yolks providing nice, good, healthy fat. So eggs, I have this all the time for breakfast. And yeah, I do upload a lot of intermittent fasting videos, but when I'm bulking, I eat breakfast because the protein synthesis rates are a bit higher. But anyway, research is a bit unclear on that. But anyway, that's that. So what other foods? Let's get into some carbohydrate sources. Now, as you can see there, I also didn't have any red meat in my diet. Now, the reason being is because red meat is actually a little bit more expensive, right? So again, this is for the cheapest, this is for the students, this is for the brokers. So most of it is essential and there's no red meat. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I do take creatine monohydrate. Now, creatine is not some magic supplement like that. The only reason I take it is because creatine is found in red meat. Now, if you don't eat red meat, creatine may be more beneficial. So that's why I take it. So let's get into some carb sources finally. So the first carb source that I like to start off with is porridge oats. Now, I can start off with the breakfast to lunch and dinner meals, right? So quote unquote anyway. I oats whenever I feel like it. So oats, real good. A little bit high in calories, obviously, because it's carbohydrates, but compared to all other carbohydrates, porridge oats are the way to go. Again, essentials, they need to be in your diet. So rice as well, basmati rice. Again, we talk about the cheapest here now, so if you're real interested in being in a budget and you're real broke, buy, in fact, if you want to go for rice, the long grain rice, and do not buy them in the microwave dishes, the convenient ones, because they will be more expensive. But if time is your asset and you're not so much worried about money, then maybe buy them. Next two carbohydrate sources. Real simple. Sweet potatoes, it's like 70p for 4 of them or something like that, and regular white potatoes. Real good carbohydrate sources. If you're looking to cut body fat, I recommend these two, and I don't really recommend so much the rice. Now the reason being is because these two foods does provide a little bit more satiety, so keep that in mind. The next carbohydrate source that I haven't got me here at the moment because I just forgot it, but it came to my mind, is pasta. Pasta, spaghetti. The other day I just went to Aldi, I picked up some spaghetti bolognese for, I think it was 20p for 1 kg. That's got like 363 calories per 100 grams, somewhere around there. So that's real good if you're hard gainer and you struggle to eat. So that's all the carbohydrate sources I've got here. Let's get into some fats. For fats, to be honest with you, I don't consume too many of them. For fats, I just have the egg yolks and the eggs, obviously. Have about 3 of them per day, again, to get the healthy fats in. Now, what I also have is some avocados. Now, to be honest with you, I don't have avocados that often. The reason being is because they're not that cheap, and the only reason I've got them is because my mom bought them. So, that's avocados. Now, next up is olive oil. I've got some olive oil cooking spray here. Now again, if you're bulking, you might want to use olive oil as in the liquid. If you're cutting, you really want to try and stick to the frying spray and stuff like that. And one more thing, I've read somewhere that boiling olive oil in a pan at a really high temperature could be bad for you, but don't quote me on it too much. Anyway, next is some almond milk. Obviously some high in fat, it's got almonds, but to be honest with you, I haven't touched this milk in about a year, so I don't know if it's even, ripe or whatever, fresh. So, if you're trying to bulk as well, let me relate it to you now. Have some nuts. I don't have any nuts here because I don't consume any nuts, but a lot of almonds, cashew nuts. Nuts are really high in calories, they're calorie dense, and they do not provide so much satiety really, so no excuse then. That leads me into peanut butter. Now, if you're someone that's a hard gainer and you can't gain any weight, that's complete bullshit first of all, but 1 jar of peanut butter, I don't know how much it is, probably 1,000 calories. You have no excuse not to eat a lot. This does not even provide a lot of satiety as well. So look at 100 grams is 636 calories. So peanut butter, almond butter, whatever, get that in. If you're trying to lose body fat, be careful with peanut butter. So that's basically all the fat sources that I consume, and they're probably the cheapest ones as well. So let's get into some fruits and vegetables. Now we're almost at the end of the video. Let's start off with some fruits and then we move into the bigger section with the vegetables. So when it comes to fruits, keep it real simple. Have an apple. This one's a Jazz apple. Now to be frank with you, to be real honest, it was like £1.90 or something for about 6 of these. So not the cheapest, but not that expensive. And then let's just face it, this video can't be complete without bananas as well. So bananas, it's like I think 12p or 15p per banana, which is not a bad deal. Next we have some more blueberries. This again was about £2 something, £2.50. I can't remember exactly, but again, if you're really on a rural budget, I wouldn't recommend blueberries too much. Someone's phoning, which is fine now. Well, protein. Get back, someone calling me about a job offer. How ironic is that? So anyway, yeah, blueberries, I wouldn't really recommend it, but that's all the fruits. And lastly, some frozen fruits. Again, if you're on a real budget, I wouldn't really always recommend these if you're like me, because I eat half the thing every single time, but these are real good. One more thing as well, berries are very low in calories, so that's a little side tip for those that want to cut down and lose some weight. So let's end this video almost. Let's get into the vegetables. So first of all, some tomatoes. Tomatoes are really low in calories. I've got some salad tomatoes because they were the cheapest, because this is the point of the video. So anyway, next we have some broccoli. This is frozen broccoli, right? And a lot of people don't like frozen veg, which I understand. Me neither, not too much. But this one, it's not too bad. 1 kg of frozen broccoli. Now the reason I recommend this as well is because, let's face it man, you don't want to just be checking your fridge every time to make sure your food is fresh. Because a lot of time, a lot of these vegetables go off. So, the battery's about to die, one sec. Alright, back again. That was basically just about the broccoli. As well here, I have some fresh broccoli. Broccoli is kind of real cheap, and if you're cutting, it's a really good food. It will provide a lot of satiety compared to the calorie amount. So that's that. Next is some carrots. Carrots again are really, really cheap. To be honest, I don't consume too much of them, but yeah, that's carrots. Next, again, we have some cucumber, yeah, that's some. So yeah, we have that. We have some lettuce, some iceberg lettuce. It's a lot cheaper than the romaine lettuce, so again, another pro tip from Big D. And lastly, coming to the last few, is some peppers. Peppers are a little bit high in calories. Most of the time, if you try to cut body fat, I recommend eating more green vegetables. But to be honest with you, eat the vegetables that you like, because you'll be able to enjoy your diet a bit more and stick to it. So that's that. I've got to hurry up because all this frozen thing's going to defrost me. Lastly, we have some mushrooms. Again, this was £1.50 or something crazy like that for a whole big box of this. Again, stick with the everyday essentials. To be honest with you, most of the stuff doesn't even taste any different. So that's it. And I just threw a little bonus one in there for you guys, which was sriracha hot chili sauce. Now, Aldi doesn't always sell this, man, so I jumped straight on this. If you're cutting, this is real good, real low calorie. So that's that. Coming towards the end of the video now, let me just make this very, very clear. If you're trying to bulk, let's say for example you had fish, buy fatty fish, buy like mackerel and stuff like this. Remember, fat contains 9 calories per gram, protein and carbs contain 4 calories per gram. So you really want to increase your fat intake. This way, you don't need to eat quote unquote healthy bro, clean bro all the time with really low fat stuff, because you don't really want to always be eating junk food. So you can just increase the amount of calories by increasing the amount of fat you eat. For example, if you go cottage cheese, go high fat cottage cheese, high fat yogurt, buy a lot of meat high in fat. There you go. There's just like carbs, eat a lot of pasta, eat a lot of rice. They don't really fill you that much compared to potatoes and stuff like this. Fruit, again, they don't contain very amount. They don't contain a lot of calories, but still they do can add up their calorie amount. As well as that, eat a lot of spreads. Now, when you're on a bulk, spreads are your friend, especially if you're a hard gaining skinny guy like I was. So anyway, that's that. I think that's about it. If you want to cut, just do the complete opposite of what I just said. Eat more vegetables, eat less fat in, like, let's say the meat, go for the tuna, go for some turkey steaks, go for the chicken, go for the lean sources of meat with lower fat. So that's that. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I hope it brought some value to you guys. This is great for students, for just anyone that's broke like me that needs to find a job. But anyway, that's that. Stay positive, stay smiling, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Leave a comment.